Sports Talk with BWatts Entertainment. Hey, I got a special edition tonight. I got on the calls gonna be Coach Drake out of Gainesville, Florida. You know Coach Drake. He's one half of Raw the Man Media platform, and also he joined me on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So tonight, uh, topic is gonna be we're gonna look at Colorado has 10 players that I think gonna have a breakout year for Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo. If you don't mind, if you're tuning in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and also hit that bell notification to let you know whenever I go live. Y'all don't mind, all right? All right. Also, participate in the chat. Whatever you want me to ask Coach Dre, all you got to do is just put it down in the chat and I'll get that information to him. All right. So now let's look at Colorado, Coach Dre, and football team and what Coach Prime has done so far since last year. You look at the talent that he done brought in, you look at the coaching staff that he done brought in. I think Coach Prime is gearing up for a long physical season. He got the depth now at each position, I think, on Colorado team on both sides of the ball. That's the offense and the defense. And special teams going to be a major improvement also this year with the talent that they done added. But I'm not gonna look at I'm not gonna look at hey, how you doing, Miss Phyllis? How you doing, Miss Hayes? Y'all don't mind? Subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. But check this out. I'm not concentrating on Shadur. I expect Shadur to be great. I'm not concentrating on Travis. I expect Travis to be great. But it's 10 more players on Colorado football team that I think gonna have a breakout year. I'm not saying they're gonna start. I'm not saying they're gonna be all Americans. I'm just saying they're gonna be a major addition for Coach Prime and Colorado to win the Big 12. Now I don't know how many games Colorado's gonna win this year. But my projection, I'm thinking 10. I can't read in the future. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what injuries might happen. I just don't know. All I can tell you, I believe they're gonna win the Big 12. They could win it with just 8 games, 10, 12, or whatever. But I believe they're gonna win the Big 12 this year. And these are some of the players they're gonna assist in this run. What's up, Miss Fox? How you doing? Check this out. The first person that I want to talk about, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Coach Dre to finish it off. It's gonna be the defensive back, a cornerback by the name of Colton Hood. Colton Hood is a transfer from Auburn University. Remember, Colton Hood was the number 3 cornerback at Auburn University last year. If he had stayed there this year, the word out that I heard, he would have been the number 1 starting cornerback for Auburn University. But he transferred and came over with Coach Rhymes along with his brother and his cousin. And I'm telling you, this guy is I'm telling y'all, he's a dog. The cornerback is another difficult position to name as a breakout candidate. I get that, for because of how much proven talent Colorado has on their roster. But however, Colton Hood is earning reps during fall camp and has made the best of it. Every time you see Colton Hood on the field, from Reach the People, Well Off, or the pregame show, he's on Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is making him better. He wins some battles and he loses some battles with Travis because Shador is putting the ball right on the spot with him. But most of the time, you see him making deflection and he's a ball hawker. And one thing I like about him, Coach Drake, he will come up and hit. So at this time, can you give me some insight of what you think about Colton Hood?
Uh, you hit it the nail on the head. The insight is right from what they said about the University of Auburn. If he'd have stayed at Auburn, he'd have been the number 1 cornerback. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Coming out of spring, they were ranting and raving about Colton Hood. Not only has he guarded Travis Hunter, but he's also went up against Will Shepard. I think he wants to go up against the best because he has something to prove. He has to earn him a spot. I love his corner. I love his just straight up man-to-man cover skills. Uh, he has great ball hawking skills, and then like you say, he will come up and hit you. Great speed. So you hit it right on the head. I think he's gonna be a kid that's gonna have a breakout season. It's gonna be hard to keep him off the football field. It's gonna be
Right.
hard to keep him off the football field. Um, and so the everybody got to keep progressing, but the way he's progressing, um, he has a great work ethic. He never complains, and this is my biggest thing with him is he takes coaching.
Right.
I think the first few practices when we first got back from fall camp, you seen Coach Prime bring him over and coach him up, and you
Good
saw how
point. Good point.
he took in the coaching. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yeah, you could tell he was really listening. Some guys you can look at their demeanor and you can tell they might not really. Okay, he's saying it, but I don't. I'm gonna do it my way. He doesn't do that, and so that let me know that the kid wants to be great. But that's a great pickup and a great kid to first start off with. I do believe that by game 3 or 4, I think Colton Hood will be a starter for this Colorado Buffalo defense.
All right, good take. Good take, Coach Dre. Hey, if you're tuning in right now, I'm telling you, I got the legendary himself out of Gainesville, Georgia. That's Coach Dre. He's bringing it to you. He let you know what he think of each player that I'm bringing up. I'm telling you, he's one of the best at it. So I appreciate him joining us tonight. If you don't mind, welcome Coach Dre by hitting that like button and subscribing and put a comment down in the comment section right now. Miss Phyllis said Colton Hood was on Buffin Prime. I really like Colton Hood. Appreciate it. Coach Dre, Miss Jeanette Fox said hello, and Miss Hayes. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. But check this out. Now, the second player, like I said, we talking about 10 players that I think gonna have a breakout year for Colorado. What's up, Raw Demand Meeting? What's going on? He said, "What's up, Coach Dre?" But check this out. There's another player. That's one more player. I got a total of 10. But check this out now, Coach Dre. Linebacker group. Jeremiah Brown. Jeremiah Brown is a linebacker that first of all, he was at Jackson State with Coach Prime, right? Now he has came to Colorado. Now, Jeremiah Brown, he was the defensive star in the spring game. He entered his second year at Colorado following an impressive 2 seasons at Jackson State. If he can work in enough snap time, I'm predicting Jeremiah Brown to have a more productive season this year with Colorado. He's physical. He's fast. I'm telling you, he know how to read. He can read and react as a linebacker. He's one of the hardest hitting linebackers on Colorado football team. I think this guy is doomed for a breakout season for Colorado and Coach Prime this year. That's Jeremiah Brown. Keep your eye on Jeremiah Brown, Coach Dre.
I mean, there's not much you can't say about that kid. He started as a true freshman at Jackson State. He came right into Jackson State and took a job. I think he started all the games for Jackson, played in the Celebration Bowl, and this is why I say I love Coach Prime so much and like him. He didn't hand Jeremiah Brown no starting job when he came to the University of Colorado.
Right.
He did. Jeremiah Brown played off and on last year. He didn't get a lot of snaps, but that's another reason why I think Coach Livingston is a great coach. Is I think he went back and watched film on all these guys that have film, and I think he made his defense based around their strengths. And when you see that, what's Jeremiah's strength? Playing hard off of that edge, being able to run down. When Jeremiah Brown normally hits you, tackle you, you going down. I don't see a lot of people running through his tackles. He's smart. He runs sideline to sideline. He's a great fit for what I think Coach Livingston wants to do with his defense, and I'm very happy for him. And that's what hard work gets you. When people say hard work don't get you nothing, they're lying. Because Jeremiah Brown has worked hard. He didn't cry. He didn't complain. He didn't expect nobody to hand him nothing because he came from Jackson. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He played his part, did what he was supposed to do, and now you see he eating the fruits of his labor. Jeremiah Brown is a physical guy, and this is another thing about this kid. This kid is a kid that's already thinking about his future. Jeremiah Brown knows it might be a possibility that I might not go pro.
Right.
He came in Coach Prime's office, told him what he wanted to do. Coach Prime said, "Hey, listen, I can get you with some people, the best in that field of business, and I can let you talk with them, maybe get you an apprenticeship." So that's the kind of stuff and the kind of kid Jeremiah Brown is. And but you're seeing that flourish on the football field, and his hard work is starting to pay off. So he's another great kid that I agree with. I expect big things from him, anywhere from 60 to 70 total tackles this year. I say anywhere from 3 to 4 sacks and maybe an interception or two is what I'm expecting from Jeremiah Brown.
Oh man, that's a good take, man. Like you said, I saw the video that when he went in Coach Prime office said some things that he want to do. So it was being in construction, contract being a contract, he want to build a house. I said, oh yeah, he finna make some money. He finna make some money, Jack. Yeah, but Jeremiah Brown, I think one of the physical linebackers that that is on Colorado team. Let's stay right there in the linebacker room, Coach Trey, if you don't mind. Check this out. I haven't seen a lot of film work on a person that I thought really that's gonna pop off. That's Kyle Hill Green. I don't know if he injured. I just ain't seen no film work on him. I don't know if it's on purpose or what. Have you seen anything on him?
I seen a couple of films. I seen them in a couple of scrimmages. Um, I think again, I don't think that they're trying to show us everything.
Okay.
Um, I remember telling people that Tyler Brown probably had been taking snaps at center, and nobody wanted to believe that. But then people come out and say that that's what's been going on. So you got to keep certain things to the mind. But I've seen them in the linebacker drills. I think one time, I think either Neely or the well-off secondary view was over there with the linebackers, and I saw him running through the drills there. And I seen him. I think I want to say in the scrimmage last week, not this week as much as I saw him in the last week. So I have seen
Okay.
him a couple of times, so I know he's in there getting reps. I don't think
Okay.
he's hurt anything. I don't think he's hurt
Okay.
anything.
Okay. I'll just something I just noticed. But like I say, I think 10 players on Colorado gonna help have a breakout year for Coach Prime and Colorado Buffaloes and Colton Hood, a cornerback on the defensive side, gonna have a breakout year, and also Jeremiah Brown as a linebacker for Colorado. Now the third person that I think gonna have a breakout year is Anquin Barnes. He didn't play much across those 3 years with the Alabama Crimson Tide, but he's 6'5", 320 pounds. Tigers has been looking strong during the early days in camp in Boulder. Coach Prime even mentioned Barnes as a defensive standout on last week. So when you look at Anquin Barnes and the size and the strength, and I'm telling you, boy, he's so big, huge, and look like he tough. Only problem that I have with him, he always play up high. He never play up down low. But boy, he gonna be a major problem for the offensive line that getting ready to play him. I think he's gonna have a breakout year if he keep putting that work in and Coach Phil Loho keep working with him. Man, with the size, imagine him and Big Shadoza in the middle. They're gonna be hard to move around, Coach Dre.
Um, when you come from the University of Alabama, the one thing you got to understand is we know he got to go against the best of the best every week. If he wasn't playing like that, most of the times he probably was going against the ones. So we know he had got that work. Um, with Coach Lewis and Coach Sapp now tweaking him and getting him better, pushing him to his limits, getting the best out of him. And like you say, when sometimes you need a different atmosphere,
Right,
and that's not to say because I respect him because he hung around. It ain't like he was at Alabama 1 year and he left. He hung around because Alabama spits out defensive linemen, and so we know he worked. But now he's here somewhere where he's got a better feel. He gonna play a lot of. I think he gonna play a lot more of the one technique for
right,
us in that defense, where, like you say, you can use that strength and power, your size, clogging up the hole. That gives him, and that's going to give him an edge. But he's very strong. He's very quick. On defensive line, they call it quick twitch. Do he got the quick twitch?
right.
And he has that. He has really good quick twitch. He uses his hands very well, and he's another kid that takes coaching very well. And he was another guy. He got challenged in the spring. He got challenged in the spring, and coach told him, I need you to do a little bit better. Can you give me some more?" In all fall and all off season, he's been getting better. So I expect him to have a good year. Um, I don't have a number of sacks for him because, like I said, I think it's going to be a heavy rotation. So if you can give
Okay.
him 2 or 3 good plays, and then he can get out and get him somebody else in, and then you can come back and give it to me like that. But Barnes is, like I say, he has the pedigree to be very good, and he's showing you that he can do that.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I just like his size. I've been looking at his size. He can take on two blockers, free them up for them linebackers. But why are we right there on that defensive line? Even though I not have these players, two players on my list, but they still gonna have a breakout year. Shane Coates. Shane Coates is coming on, man. Shane Coates came on last year at the end of the season. I'm boy, the way he been playing the last two practice, this dude, he got an L on his shirt. Got a shirt too. I didn't know that. You know that I noticed, Coach Dre.
He earned that last year.
Okay.
He was one of the 4 or 5 kids that had a letter on his jersey last year. He earned his letter last year going into the. I think he had it by the TCU game last year, by the first game. Uh, Last year I think he played out of position. He played
Okay.
and he played to what the team needed him to play, and not where he needed to play at to make himself a better football player. Again, Lewis, Sapp, and he already has a great motor. He already pushes his own self. So now when you get guys like that, and now he's playing in the right position, you're getting the best out of Shane Coates. And I agree. I expect him to lead the team in some category on the team this year because he's coming from anywhere. And the thing was, people forgot about it. We got Shadozy, we got Barnes,
Mm,
we got BJ Green, and we got the 2 guys from Pitt. And it was just like, okay, Shane Coates just gonna go into the abyss and not and just let these boys take over. And he didn't do that. But he didn't talk. He didn't
right.
make a big fuss about it. And those are the kind of kids you want. Oh, you went and got him, coach. That's good. No disrespect. Hey, but you're gonna have to come in and take it from me. And now if you take it from me, I respect that. But
Right.
if I'm giving, but I'm not just gonna let you come in and take my spot. And to me, he has not let anybody take in his spot. I've seen him running with the ones group most of the time, and so I'm just happy for him. And he got the L on his chest last year for a reason. Coach Prime just don't give out them letters, to anybody. He don't give them out to
Okay.
anybody. So you know that kid earned his letter, and now is also showing up. But coach tell you, every leader ain't a dog, and every dog ain't no leader. And
True.
so, Coach Dre, what that means, you don't have to be a dog to be a leader, and you don't have to be a leader. And you get what I'm saying?
Right.
He's doing both of them this year. He's being a leader, and he's showing he's a dog. And you got to be happy for Shane Coates.
Okay. All right. Now, uh, I'm gonna, I would like to say I made a pop. I need to make a apology. I said Phil Loho was his coach, but it's not. It's Coach Sapp and Coach Lewis. But anyway, right there on that defensive line, Coach Drake, when you look at Shadoza and what he brings to the table, this dude was playing teams that were playing in the Big Ten last year, and he held it.
I mean, and that's why I just giggle and chuckle at people when they say certain stuff. A lot of these kids have played big time college football. When you think about Shadozy and what he did against the University of Texas and these other Big Ten schools and top notch ranked programs, you had to double team this kid. If you blocked this kid 1-on-1, he was in your backfield. If
Yeah.
you didn't double team that kid, he was in your backfield. He's already low to the ground. He's strong. He's
Hmm.
already low, so he gets up under your pads. He's jacking these kids up, getting rid of them. I mean, I don't know what else you want from a kid. And what a linebacker wants is for his defensive line to take on the double team because it gives me a free alley to go run and make tackles. And
Good
so
point.
that's the kind of guy Shadozy is. His numbers might not tell you that he's a ball player, but that's why I tell people they just need to watch football, watch the
Right.
game, and watch when
Right.
that guy is down there and how he demands. When the center is in the game, he's trying to find out where Sadozi is lining up because I know I got to help my guard on that side. You
True.
get what I'm saying? So if
Yep.
Sadozi is in that one technique on the left, hey, I got to block back to the left. If Sadozi is on the one technique on the right, we blocking back on Sadozi on the right. So he demands a double team, and that's the kind of defensive lineman you want in front of you if you're a linebacker. So that's why I feel like our linebacker play is going to get better because you got guys like Barnes, you got guys like Sadozi, that can go down there in those 1 and 3 techniques and demand the offensive line block them. And when the offensive line can't get up the linebackers, you're having a good day.
Yeah,
You're
you
having a
did your
good day.
job. You did your job. You did your job. But check this out though, Coach Dre. If you were the defense coordinator for Colorado, what rotation you would use and which players you would use for like a running down. It used to be first down, used to be a running down, but now sometimes people they throw a little short pass, trying to get their quarterback comfortable or throw a screen. But now they're doing it now. But if you're in traditional, you offense and a traditional defense, and you're the defense coordinator for Colorado, which rotation? How would you use your rotation and which players on running down and passing down? On just on the defensive
Well,
line. That's the
well,
defensive line.
just the defensive line. It's hard because if this is the one thing I'm gonna say as if I was the coordinator, you can't be predictable. Because if they saying I'm putting these guys in when they run and I'm putting these guys in when they pass, what we know is that BJ Green and the kid from Pitt, Haney 50, they're great pass rushers.
True.
But as Sapp said, we gotta tackle the run, getting to the pass.
Right.
So right now, my rotation would be I would have. He say he got six. He say he got 6 ends fighting for a 2-lane highway. So
Yeah, I heard that.
You got Shadozy, Barnes. Um, you got McNeil. Them is my first three.
Okay.
My first three is Shadozy, Barnes, McNeil. Um, I'm trying to think of the other kid's name that played the defensive tackle.
Is
Um,
it PJ McCoy?
McCoy. So them will be my four. So what I'm saying on first down, and then Shane Coates. So my
Right.
bad is Shane for me right now is Shane Coates, either Barnes or Shadozy. It don't matter to me. And the other guys, but the first two guys, my first two downs, I'm going with Coates and Shadozy. And if they can give me a full 3 and out, I'm going with Coates and Shadozy. Then I'm going with but Barnes definitely need to be in there when we play like a Nebraska. So when we
Okay.
get Nebraska, a team like Oklahoma State that got a great running back, those guys with those 1,000-yard rushers, I think we're gonna see a lot more of Barnes than maybe some of the other guys, especially on
Got
running down, because they're
right.
gonna try to run the ball. They're
True.
definitely gonna try to run. Kansas State got a nice little duo in the running back room, so I expect to see more Antoine Barnes uh, and Coates in that game. Shadozy. Those are the three I expect to see a lot of when we run into teams that run the ball very well.
Okay, that's a good point. I can go with that. I can go with that, Coach Dre. But okay, we don't gave y'all Colton Hood, Jeremiah Brown, and Anquin Barnes. That's three of the players out of the 10 players that I think they're gonna have a breakout year. Now, Coach Dre, I'm giving you an opportunity. Which cornerback you think gonna have a breakout year on Colorado other than Colton Hood? Cornerback, defensive back, not safety, cornerback.
Uh, I'm gonna go with Preston Hodges. Uh, he's just been the epitome of consistency. Every time I look up, he's around the football.
Ball hawk.
Uh, he he breaking up passes, and
Yep.
he'll come up and hit.
Yeah,
He'll come
that's
up
it.
and
I'll
tackle.
definitely say that. He'll come up and
He'll
put
come
some
up and
shoulder pads
tackle.
on. Yeah.
And he's another kid that's played a lot of football. He's played a lot of big time football. He know what to look for. Another coachable guy, and that's I think that's my key point for a lot of things tonight is Coach Prime went out and got a lot of guys that's coachable, and
Okay.
they're taking heed to the knowledge that when you got a 10-year vet in Coach Mathis and a guy who went through the rigmarole to get to the NFL, and then you got a guy like Coach Prime who is great. Arguably, is not even an argument that he's probably the greatest athlete to ever play the game of football. They're letting you know what you need to do to make yourself better. But in my book, is nobody one better right now than Preston Hard. Or like I say,
That's good.
to me, him and Colton Hood running neck and neck, but Preston Hard is a guy that I'm looking to have a big year in that cornerback room.
Oh man, that's a good point. He was on my list. I had him down at number 7, but you hit it right on the point. That let me know I was right. In fact, if you said I know I'm good, then if you validated. Hey, if you tuned in, you're watching Sports Talk with B Watts Entertainment. Special guest tonight is Coach Dre. He's one half of the Raw Demand Media platform, and they do an excellent job. I'm intelligent. Go there and check out Raw Demand Media out. You can look at all their posts. Video they done made. You go watch the replays. I do it. I listen to them. They have a great conversation over there about Colorado and other things about sports, and they do a good job. So now I talked about Jeremiah Brown in the linebacker room. They're gonna have a breakout year. So which linebacker do you think gonna have a breakout year?
I'm and they gonna say I'm biased, but the kid from FAMU, Chainsaw Chaney, I mean
That
the
boy,
kid is
dog boy.
everything you're looking for. Uh,
He is
he sideline to sideline, and when you
sideline to
got defensive
sideline.
linemen, when you got defensive linemen like what we have and what we just got through talking about, and a guy just watch it, turn on the scrimmage, and you see
Yep.
a guy coming right through the hole. As soon as it opens up for him, he's there.
He there.
Uh,
And the running back
and
go down, Coach Dre. They ain't dragging him.
and
They go right down to the
right.
ground when you get.
So Chainsaw is a guy who I'm so glad he's getting the opportunity to show his talent on this bigger stage. Um, because people sheeing against these HBCU guys, but they can play
Right.
football. And he's coming up, and again, he's not asking nobody to hand him nothing or anything. He's just going out there and playing. He's not doing a lot of talking. He's just letting his pads do the talking for him. And but I expect Chainsaw Chaney to have a breakout year. I expect to see him because he's a linebacker that you don't have to switch out. He can play the
Right.
run and the pass.
You sure can.
Uh, Sometimes if he makes a false step in that running game, in that they try to sneak, he can guard a tight end or running back out the backfield. So
Right.
I
He can
just like
recover.
his versatility, and
Mm-hmm.
so I think it would be for me it would be Chainsaw Chaney, one of the
Uh-huh.
linebackers
Yeah.
that's gonna have a breakout year.
Yeah. I was kind of hesitant by putting him on him, but I just looked at Jeremiah Brown and the way he had flourished, especially during the spring game. That's why I gave him edge on my list because I was going with Cheney, but I said I think Jeremiah Brown deserved because of the spring game he played in. So on that defensive line, I said Anquin Barnes. I know we don't talk about some defensive end. Who you think gonna have a breakout year on that defensive line? Not the end rusher, but the defensive line.
On the interior, I'm going with Shane Coates. He's
Good.
showing me that he's ready. Uh, Again, these kids hear the noise. They hear the people saying, "Oh, well, he might not." We got all these other guys in here. Shane just gonna move to the back. He'll get his couple of snaps in, but no. Uh, Shane Coates is gonna be somebody that you got to deal with.
Right.
No ifs,
Yeah.
ands, and buts about it. So for me, it's Shane Coates.
That's a good pick. I agree with you 100%, man. Like I said, ain't no wrong with right down. What's up, Miss Johnson? How you doing? All right. We don't gave you all top three. I'm gonna go down to the fourth one, and that's gonna be the running back room. I think Dalen Hayden gonna have a breakout year. The transfer from Ohio State. His freshman year he started running back for Ohio State, and he almost gained 600 yards there out of the games that he played in the Big Ten. So I really think that this guy gonna have a breakout year. The one thing two things I like about him, he's a straight down here runner. I give him that. That's obvious. Uh, two, one of the things that I like, he can pick up a blitz. He don't mind sticking his nose in there. And I don't seen that a couple times on the videos that they well off no share. So when he's back there with Shadur, he stepped up, he made the block. I think it was Webster that was blitzing, and he made the block. Two, he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can catch it in stride. That means Shadur is on point. He ain't got to break no stride. And when he catch the ball, that means he got soft hands. He's a good catcher. He knows how to get upfield right away. That's impressive to me as a young guy that's coming in to a new situation. You see him on the sideline, always hanging around Shadur. He's trying to learn and pick up more things about the offense. This guy will have a breakout year for Colorado. I'm not saying he's gonna lead the team in rushing because I don't know. I'm not saying he's gonna lead the team in passing, but I'm telling you, he's gonna make a difference, a big difference for Colorado offense this year, Coach Trey.
No doubt. Right now, if you really push me, I'd probably tell you he's the leader in the clubhouse to be the starter.
Oh, you
Again,
got him, one of the coaches. I mean,
he
no man.
he's not, and again he went about his business. He came
Yeah.
in with all the fanfare, but he didn't let that go to his head. He put his head down, and when we were watching the workouts before they got to fall camp,
Hmm.
he was always the leader in that group. He was always the leader in that group. And at first, I didn't know who he was until one day he turned around and I saw the back of his shirt. I was like, oh, that's Hayden. And then now he just moved his way on up. He wasn't everybody in here knows that Charlie O is out there running with the ones. But
Right.
last week you start seeing the ones go out there. You started seeing Charlie O go out there, but then you start seeing seven. You start seeing seven. You
True.
start seeing seven. You start
True.
seeing seven. And like you
True.
say, he can pick up the blitz. We can leak him out of the backfield. It's a lot of stuff, and then he can hit it. He can run in between the tackles. He's what you call an every down back.
He is.
He's what you call an every down back. And he's a can't miss right now for me. Like I said, if you push me right now to who would be my starter in the backfield, and there's no disrespect to Charlie O because I love him to death, it would be Hayden. But again, he's played in big time football. He comes
There
from
you go.
Ohio State. He
There
done
you
played
go.
in big time games. And the only reason he had a setback last year is because he got hurt. He looks healthy. Uh, I've never seen him in a non-con in the yellow jersey, so that
Right.
means that he's good and healthy. Or Coach Prime feels that, and that's another thing you got to give Coach Prime a lot of a hand clap for is he makes sure his guys are healthy before he puts them
True.
out there. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He
Right.
makes sure that those guys are healthy and ready to go and can give us 100%. But hey, you hit it on the head with seven. He's come in and did everything you asked. Another kid, very respectful, very coachable. That's gonna always be
Yeah.
my point. When you see those guys, sometimes don't just watch the. I want y'all to watch all the videos. But one thing about when you watch Neely videos, sometimes is he goes and gets with the position group and you just watch those running backs. That's a great group. Just all the way around, that's a great group of guys. And I think Hayden has increased that room a whole lot with his play.
Man, I agree with you 100%, man. You putting it down, Coach Ray. You putting it down. You tuning in. You watching Sports Talk with B Watts Entertainment. Special guest tonight is Coach Drake, one half of Raw Demand Media broadcast. If you don't mind, go over there on Raw Demand Media. Check out some of the videos and hear some of the takes that Coach Dre is giving. I'm telling you, he's one of the best to ever do it, and I'm glad to have him part of Sports Talk will be watched tonight and on Sunday. You can catch them on Sunday, this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Hey, if you don't mind, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification to let you know whenever we drop a videos or go live. All right? All right. All right, Coach Dre. We're going to stay right there in that running back room. We don't talk about Dalen Hayden. what other running back you think that could have a breakout year and give Colorado a chance to win the Big 12?
Hey, I said this since the first time I seen this kid. Michael Welch is just he built different. He
Different,
just built different. Yeah,
different.
I can't what Michael Welch has on the inside. You can't give that to football players. They have to have it. He has it. He don't he about business. He a no nonsense guy. I done seen him smile a little bit, so I know he ain't just so rigid and so cold. But that guy has came in here and from the first ever since he committed,
Right.
he's been locked in with the University of Colorado. He's never wavered on where he was going. He got himself here early, and the reason he came early was to say I can play. And when
Right.
you left the spring, you knew that Michael Welch was going to be a ball player. And
Right.
he's just showing you everything that you want in a running back. He's I think we were on here once last week, and we talked about Maurice. He's a Maurice Jones-Drew, Emmett Smith type of back. Maybe
Oh boy,
a
yeah.
little
Good and
a
fast.
little
Good and fast, man.
but a little faster than Emmett. He's a little faster than Emmett when Emmett was in school. But he's the epitome of what Coach Prime looked for in a football player, and that's what you guys, a lot of people fail to realize. Last year he was doing this fast. He just had to take whatever was coming, and maybe I didn't really get to do a deep dive into these people, what they really my kind of ball players. But this year, Coach Prime got to dig into these people, and you see that he's getting the right kind of people and the kind of ball players he wants, and that just rubs off on everybody, and that's what makes everybody else better. And listen, don't be surprised. Like I said, I don't believe Hood is gonna play more than 4 games. But don't be surprised when that kid Hood gets the football and he blazes down somebody's sideline because
Oh yeah, he
he
got the
has the
speed, Coach
tools.
Ray.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he
do.
has the tools. He has the speed. But for me, it's definitely Michael Welch. And like I said, I've been saying it since I first saw him in when he first got on campus. The first
Right.
meeting, I told people, I said, hey, that kid right there, he's different. He's different.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good pick, Coach Trey. Like you say, they got a good running back room, man. You can't take nothing from Coach Brown and his running back room. They got a good one, man. It's gonna be competitive. Like I said, I like Charlo. Charlo should start. He put in the work last year, and he don't put in the work this summer. And some of the players were late getting there, and he was looking good. He's still looking good. I'm not saying that he won't I'm not saying he won't get a significant playing time, but he's gonna get some playing time because he don't earn it. And Coach Prime ain't giving none of them nothing. Charlie O earned it. But when you look at the rest of the running backs, by them getting there late and now they still picked up the system and they putting in that hard work, they showing they just as good as Charlie O. But like you say about Hood, I think he's gonna be the one to get redshirted. I think he's gonna play 4 games. It's because of the injury he coming off. Like you said a while ago, Coach Prime look after these guys' health. And with a long season, 12 games, I think he's just gonna try to save that guy for the years to come. That's just my opinion. Ain't nobody told me that. I just think that's what's gonna happen. That's just my opinion. But also, when you look at Augustine, the other running back, I think he transferred in for Arkansas. What
Yes,
number
sir, from
23?
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What did you
23.
see out of him? What you
Arkansas.
see out of him?
I like him too. I like him too. It's a great problem to have, guys. I'm just not gonna tell you. In that running back room, we have a problem. It's just
Yeah.
when you get your opportunity, you got to make the most of it. That would be my advice to any one of those guys in that room. Hey, fellas, whenever you get your opportunity, you got to make the most of it because they might be short and they might be far and short in between them. You know, but I believe that kid August at the beginning of the first couple of that first week,
Uh
he
huh.
was I thought he was the one who was really showing out. It was 23 for me, but then like I say, slowly but surely, Hayden took over for me. But I
Right.
think he's a good guy. Again, it's three backs. I know I heard Coach Fleet say he wanted two backs, but I think
Right.
it's gonna be three in that rotation heavy. I think it's gonna be three.
Okay. All right. Hey, that's a good problem to have. you know, especially in a long season, man. You never know how that thing gonna go. But once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in right now. Hey, I got the legendary himself once again, Coach Drake. If you don't mind, hit that like button for Coach Drake for being a part of the show tonight. You're watching Sports Talk with BWatts Entertainment. We just here talking about Colorado 10 players that we think gonna have a breakout year for you all tonight. So keep your eye on those players. That's Colton Hood, Jeremiah Brown, Anquin Barnes, Dalen Hayden. Those are the players that I think they're gonna have a breakout year for Coach Prime in Colorado Buffalo for them to be successful this upcoming year. Now we're gonna move into player number 5 on my list that I think is gonna have an impact year. Sam Hart. He's a tight end. Transfer in from Ohio State. Big guy. I mean, a big guy. And he can move. And he got some soft hand. He can catch the ball. But the most important part, I think he's going to make a major, I'm telling you, a major role in is at the goal line when they need an extra blocker. I'm telling you, this guy, physical, if they want to fake it to a running back and throw it to the tight end like they used to do last year with Michael, Sam Hart is that dude, y'all. Keep watching the film, and when you see Shador throwing the ball, look what he do with it once he catch it. He can turn it up. I didn't know he was that fast. It shocked me, but this guy's looking real good in camp so far. Sam Hart will play a major part, and he will have a breakout year for Colorado this year. I'm not saying he's gonna start. I'm not saying he's gonna be all American. I think he's just gonna have a breakout year, better than he did the year last year. Watch and see. Sam Hart. Because if you look at Pat Sherman run the ball in his offense and he used the tight ends. Go back when he was the offensive coordinator in the NFL. Check out the things and the plays that he used to call. I'm telling you, Sam Hart gonna make a difference, dog. Go ahead, Coach Dre. Sam Hart.
I mean, Sam Hart, he's a Colorado guy. He's back home, uh, comfortable. And again, I didn't know anything about this guy. I just knew he went to Ohio State, and to know that that you're on scholarship at Ohio State, you know you can play a little football. But I didn't know he was that fast. I was like you. I was just as shocked when
Yeah,
Shador was throwing him the football and he was turning the ball up and stuff like that. All I heard was, "Oh, he gonna be like a extra offensive lineman on the offensive line." That's what most people were saying when he
right,
was coming in. But he
right.
gonna be way more than that. He's gonna be
you got
way more than that. If you go to sleep, that kid gonna be down the seam wide open, and he gonna be
yep,
looking. They gonna be throwing. We gonna be throwing our hands up saying touchdown. Uh, that kid, he was a big surprise for me. He
yeah.
deserves to be on this list because he was a big surprise for me. I did not expect that from him. Uh, so that was a blessing to see that this kid, and that's why I say sometimes you just have to be in a different environment to flourish.
So,
And that's like
yeah,
I say, that's no disrespect to Ohio State or why he couldn't get on the field at Ohio State. It's just he got his opportunity right now at the University of Colorado. Maybe that he's closer to home. Home cooked meals, can go see mama them when he get ready. It might did a little something for him. But that kid has really impressed this whole fall camp. I'm very pleased with the way he's played. Also, when we talk about tight ends, these last few practices and this last week, uh,
small.
Pearson, no Smalls, 37, Smalls moved
Yeah,
from defensive
small.
end. Hey,
Right.
that
He
kid has
coming
really
out.
been playing some football.
He
He
really
really
has.
been playing some football, and so we already know he has the speed. And again, I said this early in camp. I thought he was going to be a guy that could really do it because he did it in high school, and it
True.
just looked like he's finding his rhythm. He done slimmed down a little bit, and he's been looking great these last couple of practices.
He had. He had. Good point, Coach Ray. Good point. Hey, we got a question for you in the chat. Chad, he said, "What are your thoughts on Coach Sherman being the new OC?
It was just a match made in heaven. It was what we needed. We didn't need to go outside. We didn't need to go outside of the room to get another OC. When you had an NFL caliber OC in your room, a guy that Shador was already comfortable with, and by the time we got to Utah, I think he had started putting in his offense. You understand me? I think he had started
Right.
putting in his offense. And once
Okay.
he started putting in his offense, and you started seeing that there was no need to try to have to bring somebody else in, and for Shador and the guys to have to try to learn something new.
Okay.
We can just build off of what we have. I thought that was one of the best hires, was not going out and hiring anybody else, but staying in house and keeping what we have built, and then going to get a great offensive line coach, and keeping and going to get another receiver coach so Bartoloni could go coach the tight ends. So I just think that was a great hire.
Okay. Hey, we appreciate your question, Chad. If anybody else got a question for Coach Dre, all you gotta do is drop it down in the comment. I get it out to him expeditious. What's up, Jose? He said, bro, it's all about the O line. If they hold up, we should dust all the competition. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Hey, me and Coach Dre here, we giving you Colorado 10 breakout players that we think gonna have a good year for Colorado, and we think they're gonna help you do it. And Coach Prime and the rest of the boys win a Big 12. Well, I don't gave you my top five. Gave you Colton Hood, gave you Jeremiah Brown, Anquin Barnes, Dalen Hayden, and Sam Hart. Got my first five. Now, I'm going to get down to my bottom five. Now, this next person that I think, we don't talk about him several times on the show, I think is the number one reason why. And he going to have a breakout year. And he going to help Shadul. He going to help their offense. And they're going to be more successful with him in this lineup. They don't move him everywhere. That's Tyler Brown on his offensive line. Tyler Brown is getting ready to increase his stock for NFL draft. I'm not saying he's going to get drafted one, two, or three. Might not get drafted. But this dude, some NFL team, going to have to look twice at Tyler Brown. Tyler Brown's been on the player. Nearly told me this. I ain't talking about no internet either. He told me this out of his mouth. He said Tyler Brown is the only player so far on the offensive line that don't play left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, and right tackle. He told me, and it's a good possibility he might play full. Just wait and see. So I'm telling you, Tyler Brown is that guy. What you think about Tyler Brown, Coach Brown?
He's always been my guy. Um, I told people if Tyler Brown played last year, we might win 2 more games, and that's
Yeah,
just
oh
being
yeah,
that's
hey,
just
I agree
that's
with that
that
100%.
that that's just, and that's not just being cocky or brash. That kid would have made that offensive line 10 times better than what they were. He would not, with his play and the way his aura, it would have rubbed off on the rest of those guys, because
Yeah,
he is passionate about
true.
protecting Shador Sanders. He is
Right.
passionate about that kid, not be about that kid. Um, I tell people on any platform I go on, Tyler Brown is the glue. He's the
Yeah,
glue to
he
that
the glue to
offensive
the
line.
offense. He
Cause,
is.
cause Khalil Benson is the hammer, but he is
Yep,
the glue.
he is.
If some get broke right now, you trying to go to the store and get you some of that gorilla super glue to try to boost
Yeah.
it up and strengthen it back up. Well, that's what Tyler Brown is. He that gorilla glue. He strengthens things back up. And Elvis, and he's just showing you, when you look at, it's not many reps that kid loses. It's
Right.
not many reps that kid loses. And if he does, he doesn't gripe. You don't see him getting into nothing. He's just what you're looking for. And like you said, his draft stock is gonna rise because I can play all 5 positions on the
All five.
offensive line,
Yep.
and I'm good at all.
He is.
And
He
and,
just
and
got the
you show
attitude,
that,
Coach, man.
huh?
He just got the attitude for me, man.
He 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 has the work ethic. He's been through things. See, I tell people this all the time, BWatts.
Okay.
Everybody likes a rainbow, right? Everybody likes a rainbow. You see
Mm-hmm.
people, they snap when they see a rainbow up, they pick their phone up, they say, "Oh, look at the rainbow," they send it out. Well, to have before you can get to the rainbow, you had to have a little rain.
Right.
You had to go through the storm. This kid done been through the storm. He done had a little rain in his life, and he done came out on the other side.
Okay.
He done
Time out,
came
Coach
out on
Ray.
the other side.
Okay. So for the people who's tuning in that don't know his story, what is the rain? What was the rain in Tyler Brown's life?
So, as you all know, he didn't. What people don't know is he didn't start at Jackson State. He started at Louisiana Tech. It's some other school in Louisiana he played for first.
So he didn't start
He
at Jackson
trans.
State?
No, he didn't start at Jackson State first. He
Oh,
went to
okay. I
a
thought he
school.
did.
He went to. I forget what school it was in Louisiana. He started there first. He
Okay.
transferred to Jackson State when Coach Prime got there. He played for Coach Prime. Uh, for Coach Prime. Coach Prime leaves and comes to Colorado. He comes to Colorado. So he had to ask for an appeal, just
Okay.
like just like a whole bunch of kids who had did it the year before. They transferred to another school the next year. They asked for the appeal. They got it. Lafayette, there it is. Thank you, Tim.
Yes, sir.
Lafayette.
Appreciate
He
you.
played for Lafayette,
Okay.
and when he got there, all these other kids they got approved. Well, Tyler Brown got denied. They told him he was gonna have to sit out. He wasn't gonna be able to play. So now you take away the glue to the offensive line, and what happened, guys? Everything fell apart.
Mm.
Everything fell apart. And
Wow.
I think him and his mom they went on a couple of shows and they talked about he had some mental health issues going on,
Okay.
as he was coming up and stuff like that right there. And they wanted to make trying to break a kid. And that's why I tell people y'all just don't understand that this different for Colorado. Because I can name 4 or 5 kids that did the same thing Tyler Brown did, but they got approved to play last year. Tyler
Yeah, I
didn't.
heard that.
You get what I'm saying? But it didn't
Yeah.
break him. It
Right.
didn't break him. He got hard in his books, got himself together so he could graduate early. Now here come him coming through the storm. Now what I did was take these lemons that y'all gave me and made lemonade. Well, I'll just get in my books so I can graduate early. So now Tyler Brown has a degree, and now I'm out here with my brothers, uh, as a grad, already as a college graduate of the University of Colorado, and trying to work towards another degree. So when I do get out of here, not only will I have football, but I'll have my degrees in hand so I can be successful at something else besides football when football runs out for me. So the kid has come through the storm and he's made
Right.
it on the other side. So that's just a testimony for y'all in your life. There's gonna be some storms in your life, and your faith gonna be tested. But faith is what you do with it. It's not just, oh, I got faith, I got faith. Do you really have faith? Tyler Brown showed you really got faith in Coach Prime, in the Lord, and everything that he has going on. And so Tyler Brown is the glue to that offensive line, hands down.
Hey, I agree with you 100% on that. But why I'm on that offensive line? Because uh, he's the only offensive lineman that I got on the list. They're gonna have a breakout year. What? How do you see Jordan Seaton coming out this year?
I mean, I love the way that Phil. First things first, you got to give Phil Lowhouse a heck of a hand clap. The way he's handling these young men, the way he's talking to these young men, and the discipline that he's instilling in these young men.
Hmm.
Jordan Seaton is going to be a better football player because of Phil Lowhouse.
Yeah.
Because he's bringing that kid along. Uh, I have to give Bucky a hand clap because a lot of people will tell you the truth. You didn't see a lot of, and you heard a lot of people. Oh, they ain't showing Seaton because he getting beat. Oh, they listen. He's
Right.
still understand that he's still a true freshman.
Yeah.
and he was the best offensive lineman in his class, bar none. Nobody better. But now when you see this kid in one-on-ones, again, he's like Tyler Brown. It ain't many reps I see him losing.
You
It
right
ain't
about
many
that.
reps. It ain't many reps I see him losing. And for a true freshman to go out there and play against college kids that already have college reps and already have the IQ that some of these young men have, all that does is make you better. Uh, that's why I think at first, and then it goes back to Tyler Brown. Why do y'all think Tyler Brown was on the side with Jordan Seaton?
They have to get comfortable.
Come on, man.
He had to get
Hey,
comfortable. And then once he got comfortable, hey, once he got comfortable, what they do to it?
once you got comfortable, now I can move you
What do they do
around
to
some.
Tyler Brown? They moved Tyler Brown to the other side.
Right. But I had to make sure this kid got comfortable because I know when he down in the stands, Tyler Brown probably talking to him. Hey,
Yeah,
baby, hey, you got this right here. You get what I'm saying? You
right.
got to be quick with it. You got to do this. You got to do that. And
Yeah,
he got this kid. He got this kid going. And so now you got him going. Now I can take the training wheels off, and now we can do what we want to do with Tyler Brown, which is move him around to where we find out where he's comfortable at, what's suited for this football team, and what's best for us, and then we can go from there. But Jordan Seaton, he's as advertised.
he
He's
is.
as advertised. He's as advertised.
He is. That's a good point, that Coach Ray. Uh, the take you gave on Tyler Brown, the leadership that he's showing, along with his background. I didn't know he went to another college. I just thought he went to Jackson State and went on to Colorado afterward. So that's just showing what type of person he is. And Coach Brown got some good guys that got good character, and a lot of people out there now trying to attack their character, but it ain't gonna work, man. Cause these kids, man, they doing right, man. They doing right. Like you say, they responding well to coaching. Not only Coach Brown done put in the system for on the field and off the field. Big George ain't just walking around there for nothing now. He got something to do with his thing too now.
But B Watts, I
But
think a
people
lot of
don't
people
report
feel,
that.
but they're not gonna
Uh,
report that. But this
but check
this
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 out. Before you go, Coach Ray, check this out. If you look at the support system that Colorado has for these kids that's coming from Florida, Georgia, down south up to another state they ain't never heard of, probably ain't never been, barely hard to see anybody look like them. It was important. It was crucial. It was imperative that Coach Prime put somebody around these guys to coach them up, not just on the field, but off the field. Who cares about it? And if you look at my home state, the University of Georgia, man, there's always something going on with a player. Coach Kirby Smart don't care nothing about them guys. Person, he just wants something. He want whatever they can do on that football field. He ain't got no kind of program on the inside that'll help him off the field, no kind of counseling going on. Only thing you do is you get in trouble, then we give you counseling. But right now, if you listen to Big George, he's showing them how to be a professional on and off the field. And that's why I got to applaud Coach Prime. That's part of coaching to me. That's why I keep trying to tell everybody over there on my Instagram. And Coach Prime, one of the best coaches in college football. College football needed Coach Prime. These
they
players
they
need Coach Prime. And he pointed into him, man. He don't just care about wins. Coach Prime went on and told you in the interview, you judge me off wins on the field. Man, my job is to get these guys to a better situation in life. Go ahead. I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm just saying.
I mean that you pretty much hit the. I hear people. I was in a place one time and people say, "Well, coach, yeah, all coaches do that. They just don't talk about it." No, they don't. No, they don't. Because if they did it, somebody would talk about it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You said the biggest thing. If this was the University of Colorado and what was going on at Georgia was going on at Colorado, oh my God, oh my, oh boy, we would be everything. But it would be terrible. But
Terrible.
because it's Georgia, listen, I'm from Gainesville, Florida, where we got they got what 4 national championships, something like that, 3 or 4. Urban
Mm-hmm.
Meyer was here. Urban Meyer told these kids, I treat stars like stars, and I treat walk-ons like walk-ons. If you
Mm.
ain't a star, you don't get this. You don't get what stars get. That's not the University of Colorado. Them boys all get the same thing. You see the governor get treated like Travis Hunter. You see this kid get treated like Shador and this, that, and the third. Because if I can make you a better, again, I coach football because it's my purpose. My
True.
purpose is not just to coach; it's for me to reach young men and make their lives better. I don't coach for wins or losses. I got a couple of national championships in youth ball. Done did it at the highest level in high school. But I'm winning because of what I'm pouring into young men, not because I'm the greatest X and O coach that ever lived. Because I'm not.
Right.
But because I love my kids. Right now, if you come to my house, you'll be like, Coach Ray, do these boys ever go home? No. Coach, we going home with you and your son. We can stay to your house tonight. Okay, man, come on.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Do you
Yeah.
really love what you're doing? If you're doing this just, and like you say, Kirby them, it's a paycheck, guys.
That's it.
It's a paycheck, guys. I don't know Kirby Smart. I think he a great football coach.
He
But
is.
you can't continuously let this go on. Why? Listen, that's one of the main reasons why Urban Meyer's not at Florida no more. Because
Right.
it got worse and worse at the University of Florida. It got worse and worse at the University of Florida. To the point where like Urban, you don't got no control.
Right.
But he was winning so that nobody cared. But but you see that later on in life it's come back to bit some of these kids that maybe if you'd have sat them down and told them, hey, this ain't right, hey, we're not gonna allow that. It might have saved some of these kids, and that's what it's about for me. You gotta try to
Right.
save some of these kids. And Coach Prime is doing that in a major way.
He is, man. He is, man. That's a good point. That's a good take. Now, uh,
All right, Miss Jacqueline, Ocala, that's right down the road, about 15-20 minutes.
oh yeah. Okay then. All right. Hey, we got Coach Ray, the legendary himself, right here on Sports Talk with BWatts Entertainment. He's one half of the Man Media platform. Want to thank him for being on the show tonight. It's a pop-up show, just something I wanted to get off on. And hey, he stepped right in and been on this platform with me. So we're talking about Colorado 10 players that I think they're gonna have a breakout season this year. It's just my list. Uh, and I'm just going over it. Coach Dre is coming behind me and giving me some points about each player that I list. All right. Now, I gave you Colton Hood, Jeremiah Brown, for the people who just tuned in, Anquin Barnes. I gave you Dalen Hay, Sam Hart, and Tyler Brown. Now, this next player that I'm finna bring up is definitely gonna have a breakout year. He's number 50. Transfer from Pitt, in rusher, pass rusher, defensive end, Dalen Hayes. This guy, when they first introduced the players, when he got up and spoke, he came out boldly and said, I'm the best pass rusher in the building. He didn't care if BJ Green was there. He didn't care nothing about Wiggins. He just came out and told you he the best pass rusher on this team. And when you look at the films of the workouts, he just might be telling us the truth. I expect Dalen Hayes, Dayon Hayes to have a breakout season this year, Coach Dre.
Hey, when you got a kid with that kind of confidence to stand up in a room with a BJ Green and tell you I'm the best pass rusher in this room, that's what you want. And now what you know is that you can't. Most teams, in my mind, I think they were going to shift their line because you can shift to that dominant pass rusher. But you can't do that now with Hayes out there. If you do that, this kid, which I already think gonna have double digit sacks, is gonna have high double digit sacks.
Mm,
If you don't block this kid, and what I'm saying is he's not backing down from anyone. Him
nobody.
and Khalil Benson had some epic one-on-one battles this year, and he never backed down. That
Nothing.
he just kept, and We got two kids on the edge bringing it like this.
Right.
This is unthinkable. But you can't slide your line to either pass rusher, because if you do, you giving way to the other one. And like Coach Sapp said, he got six of them, and it's only a two-lane highway. So you get what I'm saying. But I'm with you on that one. B he's jumped off the screen every time I've seen him. Every
Yeah,
time I've seen
I
that
saw
kid.
Coach Dre. I saw one video. Boy, they just let the play went on. Boy, he pancaked or something. I don't, I don't know if he was trying to do it or what, man. The coach Sapp them had to run over there and take him off him, man. I don't know if he said something to him. Boy, this dude got a nasty streak in him, man. He looked quiet, he looked sneaky, but he got some nasty to him, Coach Dre.
Hey, I mean, the OGs in the streets always told me you can always tell a killer because he always laughing. You know,
Yeah.
so them guys that's being quiet and just laughing, hey, they real. Sometimes them the guys you better be watching, not them guys that's just yap 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 yap. Cause and like I say, that kid came out of nowhere. Like I say, I didn't know who he was.
I didn't
I
either.
just
I
remember
didn't
him
know he's
saying,
that good.
well, I went when he first committed. I went and watched the tape at Pitt because Pitt just didn't play a lot,
Right.
right? He didn't just play. They didn't play a lot, and I was just like, "Hey, this guy ain't playing against no slouches. This guy
Right.
dominating. He dominating offensive tackles. He wasn't just. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
he got to remember. Hey, listen now. You got to remember. He brought his homeboy with him now. He brought his
Sam
homeboy
overloaded.
Repeat with him. You get
Yeah,
what I'm
Sam.
saying? And hey,
Yeah.
them guys did they thing at Pitt last year. So
You
I'm
know Coach
I'm
Prime went
excited to see.
on Coach Prime went out there and said, thank you, the coaches from Pitt. We appreciate y'all for
Yeah,
developing
man.
these
Yeah.
guys.
Hey, those them guys, and then now you talking about getting them with Sapp and Lewis
Yeah.
and Coach Dancy.
Yeah.
And that's another guy, man. I'm so
We
happy
keep
for him.
overlooking, man. We can't overlook it. We
I,
keep doing it.
he. I mean, I'm so happy for this guy. He betted on himself. It's not many people, and I know it's HBCU, but he was a head coach of a football program, guys. He was a head coach of a football program, and he left being a head coach. And we understand the money was going to be different, but he left being a head coach to come be an analyst, betting on himself that I'm good enough, and to the next year to be the defensive end coach for the University of Colorado. And so you got to give that, and that by itself shows your players what kind of man Coach Prime is. Is I
Right.
took a guy from the HBCU, a head coach, I made him an analyst. He was only analyst ahead of 1 year, and now he's my defensive end coach. So man, but those guys on that end, hey man, we gonna wreck some havoc this year up front.
Yeah.
And if you ain't got no good offensive tackles and some
Yeah.
linebackers that can block, it's gonna be a long day for you.
Yeah, you're gonna be a long yeah. They in trouble this year on that part right there of our defense. Now, the eighth person, we're getting ready to wrap this thing up. The eighth person that I got on the list, I ain't gonna hold you much longer, Coach Dre. Preston Hodge, the nickelback, cornerback, transfer from Liberty, ball hawker, come up and hit you. He played tight coverage. If you look at the spring and the summer, just about every not if not every day, every other day, he got an interception. The dude is real good. He's the second best cornerback on Colorado team right now to me.
No doubt. I got him one. I got him 2A and 2B with him and Colton Hood. Um,
Yeah.
but you can't deny what this kid has done. Since he's got to the University of Colorado, uh, he's worked hard. He's done everything correctly. He's another kid who coach has really gravitated to. Coach Prime feels like he's a pro, and every time I see him, he's showing them scouts that's at them practices every day that he's a pro too. And
Oh yeah.
scout
Yeah,
when
you
when
right.
scouts when scouts leave those practices, when you doing what Preston Hodge is doing, you know what they're going to do? They're going to write your name up on the board Listen, I don't know what. Hey, this kid that they got down there in Colorado, I was at practice.
Yep.
I got to see him with my own two eyes. He a ball hawking safety. He'll come up here, hit you. Uh, he can cover slot receivers and all kind of stuff. So I mean, he is as advertised. I see why
He
Coach
is.
Prime wanted to bring this kid in. He's gonna make a difference in our defense this year. And this is the biggest thing I think people are missing is Travis Hunter might not have to play as many snaps as he had to play last year because you got Colton Hood and Preston Hodge, and you
Yeah.
got the receiving core that you got on the other side of the ball. You get what I'm saying? And that's a great thing for us. He's gonna play a good number of snaps, guys. But when I can look out there and say I got Colton Hood and I got Preston Hodge and I can still man to man stuff and
Mm.
and and,
Oh, they
uh,
about to run,
and
boy.
still seeing that rush, yeah,
Yep.
that's what you're looking for. That is what you're
Yep.
looking for.
You right. You right, man. I like the dude, man. I like him. Like I said, he been showing everything he advertised to be. Come from us from literature. But when I looked at it, all the videos from Reach the People and Well Off, he's there. He's right there. If you catch the ball, that means that quarterback put it right on him. He couldn't get it. And I like that about him. Now the next player, we got about 4 more minutes. I'm trying to keep Coach Ray here. I said an hour, but I don't went over. Sorry about that, Coach Ray. But right now,
You all right? You
uh,
all right, Papa? You all right? Go
uh,
ahead.
uh, I think Shiloh gonna have a breakout year. Even though Shiloh had got a lot of experience from South Carolina, Jackson State, last year up here, Colorado. I just think with the talent up front and the linebackers position, if they get the two combination right, Shiloh won't have to do as much as he want to do by hitting. I think he's gonna get. I think at least gonna get about 3 or 4 picks this year to uh to go with his resume of trying to get drafted in the NFL, which I think he's gonna get drafted either way, but just to go up a little higher on the chart. I think Shiloh gonna have a breakout year this year, Coach Dre. He's the hardest hitting safety in college football to me, especially in the Big 12.
No doubt he's arguably. I look at the safeties that's coming out this year in this draft. When I look at him, he's in the top 5 range in safeties that's coming out this year. And the kid, if you didn't know he was a Sanders, you would say he's a heck of a football player. You hate on
Right.
him because he's a Sanders and
Yeah.
because he's Deion's son. But if he wasn't a Sanders, what would you say about him? When your safety leads your team in tackles, you know you're having a rough year.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
we know last
Yeah.
last year we was having a rough year. I don't expect them to have to lead the teams in tackle. I equate him to Brian Dawkins. I look at Brian
Good
Dawkins'
man.
game and I look at Shiloh game. That's what I see when I look at their football game. I expect them to have anywhere from 5 to 6 picks this year, and he gonna take 2 to the house. We're gonna have 5 or 6. We're gonna take 2 to the house. We're gonna make all Big 12, and we gonna sneak onto the all. We gonna sneak onto somebody All American team. We
Oh
gonna
boy.
sneak on. We gonna sneak in on somebody All American team.
I take that, man. I take that, man. I like
You know,
he
I just
one of my,
like I said, I just believe because the kid again he hears it
right.
and he never says anything, but I always hear, you know, my brother gonna be a first round pick. My brother gonna be,
Right.
I'm just as equivalent to my brother on the defense. I'm the quarterback of the defense. I think
He is.
Shiloh will have the helmet with the play calls in it for the defense. I think
Okay.
Shiloh is gonna be the guy with the helmet on with that. Now I don't know it for a fact. I just think that's what it's gonna be. So I
Okay.
believe that, like I said, I believe in Shiloh Sanders because
I do too.
again, He walked on to the University of South Carolina. He played as a true freshman. He did not play. He played. And if you go watch them South Carolina highlights as him as a true freshman, he was knocking people out.
Yeah, he sure
You
was.
see what I'm saying? But he
Yeah.
to me he's Brian Dawkins. He a Brian Dawkins type of safety. Bob Sanders. Bob Sanders, Brian Dawkins type of safety for me.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good comparison. Hey, we got a question for you from your counterpart, Raw Demand Media. He said, "What have you seen so far from Coach Lewis? He's firing. I know that's right. He I think he's gonna be a shoot, man. If Coach Lewis continues to and the defense does good, especially up front, he might just be a head coach and down in the HBCU.
He's no nonsense. He don't want to hear no excuses. Every day ain't gonna be an easy day. Every play ain't might not be your best play. Gotta have short term memory, but you also gotta let that stuff roll off your back. And
Right,
he preaches that. He preaches that. He preaches that. He got that fire and desire every morning when he walk. When you see him walk, when him and Sap, especially him, when he walks in that meeting, hey, he got business on his mind. He got business. He got business on his mind. I think that's a great. It was a great addition. I love Coach Sal. I don't want nobody. I love Coach Sal because Coach Sal was no nonsense. Coach Sal
right.
will tell you like it was. Hey, what it is. But it's just a little different coming from them guys.
It
It's
is.
just a little different coming from them guys. And so, what Coach Lewis brings to this room is you put two of the best, like Warren Sapp said. When Lewis came to Miami, he was trying to be the next Warren Sapp. So now
Yeah, I heard
now
him say that.
you got
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying.
yeah.
So you put these guys in the room, and then the biggest thing is this generation of guys they want to see it. So now, when I go say, hey, I need you to do this, this, and this with your hands and rip and pull. Also, when we go in our meeting room, I can already cue up my film. Sap can cue up his film. Coach Lewis can cue up that film. Look at me. Watch me right here.
Right.
Boom, boom. I'm showing you. I'm showing you that I'm doing the same thing I just told you out there to do on the football field, or before we go on the football field. Watch me do this. And now the guys are like, oh, coach already done this. We need to
Right.
take this in. We need to get all of this. So any recruit that want to be a top notch defensive lineman, I think you need to come to the University of Colorado.
Hey, I agree 100%. Uh, what you said on that. Hey, man, we get down to the last player. Well, I gave you 9 of the 10 breakout players for Colorado. I have Coach Drake with me tonight. He's one half Raw Demand the Media. If y'all want to hear more takes from Coach Drake, go over to Raw Demand Media page, check out some of the commentary he's done laid down, and also you can go back and watch some of the ones that he's been on my platform with the replays. He gives a good take on college football and Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. All right. Hey, so far, my number one person that I gave you, not in, I mean, don't go by the order that I'm calling them out, that I think gonna have a breakout season for Colorado this year. Colton Hood, defensive tackle, Jeremiah Brown, linebacker, Anquin Barnes, defensive lineman, defensive tackle, Dalen Hayden, running back room, Sam Hart, the tight end, Tyler Brown, offensive lineman, Dayan Hayes, defensive end, Preston Hodge, nickelback, cornerback, defensive back, Shiloh Sanders. The last person on my list that I think will have a breakout year is BJ Green. BJ Green last year were at Arizona State. At the end of his year, to me personally, from what I saw, he could have went in the NFL draft. I'm not saying he would have been a high draft pick, first, second, or third, but I believe he would have got drafted. But he decided to give it one more shot. I think at first he wanted to go somewhere. I think he wanted to go to Washington, but the head coach transferred. He left and went to Alabama, right? He got another coach's job. So then he decided to come to play for Coach Prime. Now, the history of him and Coach Prime is back when they was young in the state of Georgia. BJ Green used to play for Coach Prime. Now that BJ Green has came up, I know people were talking about somebody put a video out on him, but he didn't hustle. Could be true. It might be true. But I'm telling you, this dude got an edge on his shoulder. And if you've been paying attention to him when he first got there, he said, I don't talk much. I'm just here to work. And he been working. In the one-on-ones with no pad drills, you see how low he getting? And he using that Warren Sapp move. Ain't no offensive lineman gonna be able to block this dude at that left tackle if he go down there low with them pads on. It just ain't, y'all. I just don't see it. He got a motor. He don't never complain about his style, and he putting in that work. If he got the determination to go out there, and Coach Prime said, just give me 3 plays, and he just dominate, BJ Green gonna have a breakout year. That's my last person that I'm giving you on my list, and at this time, I'm gonna turn it over to Coach Dre. Coach Ray, you there? Coach Ray? Okay, stop. I think I lost Coach Ray. Hey, it's just me. But like I say, I think BJ Green is gonna have a breakout year. I'm telling you, this guy is coming in with a motor. I'm telling you now, BJ Green is gonna lead Colorado in sack this year. And to have I'm expecting him to have a breakout year, and I'm expecting him to be American. That's just my take on BJ Green. BJ Green is that type of guy. I'm telling you, he just that type. He locked in. He want to go to the
Deep.
next level. I'm gonna bring you up. I'm telling you, BJ Green is coming now. He's coming, and it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard on the offensive linemen to block this dude, and it depends on who they got beside him. If the defensive coordinator Rob Lexington got Doza to side him beside him, and that offense go into a uh, 11 personnel and get all them wide receivers out there, and they gonna leave him one-on-one with that, he gonna beat him every time. He gonna beat that Tiger every time because that guard and that center gonna be tied up with Shadows. And if he one-on-one, if they don't have no tight end over there, BJ Green gonna beat him every time. Every rep he get a chance to beat him, he gonna beat him. And it's gonna depends on the play calling if that quarterback can get that ball out of his hand. BJ Green get there because it ain't just gonna be BJ Green coming at him. On the other side, you're gonna have another pass rusher coming for you. And I'm telling you, putting the Big 12 on notice and everybody on Colorado's schedule, if your quarterback ain't smart enough, if he ain't smart enough, and if your offensive coordinator ain't prepared your quarterback, well, your quarterback gonna get hurt or he gonna throw a lot of interceptions. Called BJ Green. He's coming. Go ahead, Coach Ray.
Yeah, I mean he is as advertised. Again, he has ties with Coach Prime. He played with him in his little league team. Uh, all things happen for a reason. He was, I think, going to the University of Washington, and then Coach got the job to go to the University of Alabama. He opened back up his recruitment. He came to Colorado. Uh, he's another kid who's starting to show a little bit more of his personality. But when he's on that football field, he's a dog, and he wants to go against the best. You don't see him trying to go against uh nobody but Benson and Seaton and Tyler Brown at that edge. From he's not shying away from the competition. He knows I've seen him lose some reps, but you know what? He gets right back down there. Come on back, come on back, come on back. Let's do it again.
Yep.
Let's get it fixed. And that's what iron. That's how iron sharpens iron, you guys. That's how you get better. You got to go against the best. You got to go against the best. I got to know I know what anybody gonna do when they up. I got to know what happens when you get down. Can you get yourself back up? Can you forget about getting blocked that play and go out there and make another play forward? So you got to be happy with the way BJ Green has showed what he showed you, and he's the leader in that defensive line room. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. I think he's on a couple of watch lists for
Yep.
some awards.
True.
I think he's on the All American watch list. You don't get on them lists just because you showed up.
Right.
You don't get on those lists just because you showed up. And I think with the tape, and like I say, he heard that tape. I know he heard about it, and it might have been, I think you can go through anybody's tapes and find plays where they take plays off. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna judge him off of that. But I
No.
think with the rotation that we have this year, you won't have that problem out of BJ Green. We can keep him fresh, get him out if he needs a blow, and then we have him back out there fresh, ready to go when we really need him on them go get it down.
Hey, I agree to 100% on that. Well, y'all, that's the end of the show tonight. We want to thank Coach Dre for joining us tonight. We want to thank all of you for tuning in. If y'all don't mind, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification. It'll let you know whenever we go live and post a video. Once again, I appreciate each and one of you for rocking with me tonight. And don't forget, I'll be back tomorrow with Greg Said and Sunday with Raw Demand Meter along with Coach Drake. We'll be back Sunday talking about Colorado, Buffalo, and Coach Prime. Hey, man, we just a few days away. I think we're down about, what, 14 or 15, 2 weeks away, Coach Drake, from this
Yeah,
first game.
about 2 weeks. Tomorrow will make
Yeah, I think we're 15. Tomorrow will be
tomorrow will
two
make
weeks
2 weeks.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
for North Dakota State. So, well, I'm ready for some football, and we're gonna see what Coach Prime and Colorado working with this year. And I think they're gonna have a good year. I believe they're gonna have a good year. I, uh, they don't have to prove it. I can see it. I can see a way, way more different this year on the team than I did last year. I think they're gonna compete. I think they're gonna be in every game this year. It's just a matter about them being disciplined and executing and got that want to. So that's my thing. That's my take on it. Coach Ray, I'm gonna leave you. Let you give your last word, and then I'll end the show.
Again, bro, I appreciate you, B Watts, for hitting me up. Just getting out of practice, just getting home. We start Friday. A little kickoff
Okay.
classic down in Tampa. So it's always good for me to talk football. As I always tell y'all, man, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, doing anything else, but you took time out to rock with me and B Watts, and we appreciate it. Like you say, man, like, comment, subscribe to this content. I'm not a content creator, man. I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody. I say it again for the people in the back. I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody. And like I always tell you before I leave, if you send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am your man, Coach Drake. That is my guy, B. Watts. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
All right. Once again, want to thank Coach Drake for being a special guest tonight, and thank each one of y'all for tuning in. Once again, share whatever you have with your sister and your brothers, and you'll always have more than enough to wish to share. If you be good to God, I promise you, God will be good to you. Until tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, y'all be blessed and have a good week. Thank you for watching Sports Talk with B. Watts Entertainment. I appreciate it. Good night.